Hi everyone, hope you're all well. I just did a short where I was this cross-legged squat thing, it's so frustrating. I can't even do it. Yeah. I don't know if being tall is a disadvantage for it. I did look up and apparently it might be a disadvantage. I don't want to make excuses or anything, but it just feels like a lot of these moves, it just seems to be harder. I don't know. Hello Edmund, how you doing? It's like it took me so long to even start being able to do pull-ups, whereas some people, if they're short and skinny and whatever, they can do a pull-up like right away, or they can even do a few pull-ups right away in some cases. They just make it look so easy. But for me, it's like I've had to take a lot longer. It took me so long to even be able to do one pull-up. But I can do a few reps now, but but some people can do that right away, whereas it could take months or even years for some people to be able to do what it takes someone to just be able to do right away. So I don't know, this like cross-legged squat, I tried even using a counterweight and it was just couldn't quite do it. Hello, I am like this. I don't know if it's a stability thing or what, but there's that portion at the bottom where I just kind of collapse. Once I get to a certain point, I just can't seem to keep myself stable because what happens is when you're in that squat position, kind of deep squat, and then to try and go from that to then the floor, and then trying to kind of keep stable, but then it's like coming out of that is like the problem where I just kind of fall back down at trying to generate enough momentum to get myself out of that to then be able to complete it. Once you're about halfway up, then you could probably you've already got enough momentum to get you through the rest of it or something. But I don't know, it's just hard. It's a lot harder than it looks. It's just, it's frustrating. It's like, because some people just make it look so easy. I remember someone was telling me that it's some kind of marker for age or something, but I don't know if I've ever been able to do it. Oh really? That dimensional shift? Okay. Okay then. It just gets frustrating when, there's things that some people just seem to get so easily, like some people have managed to get like a one-arm pull-up with like a year of training, for example. It's like, but you can't really focus on that really because, everyone's got their advantages and disadvantages. Just feels like, it's like basically relative strength is, worse generally for taller people. Well, I did see this video where they were saying that the front lever, the longer arm people might have an advantage, but I still don't think they overall have an advantage on it because just the longer, length of body in general is going to be at a disadvantage. So I don't know. Let's have a look, see what it says. So what it says. Hello, Crimson. How you doing? Hello, Masuka. How you doing? Yeah, I don't know. It's just annoying when you can't do these things, and then I wish I could do some, more flashy kind of stuff, but it's just, it is what it is. Hello, Flamey Flake. How you doing? Look, front lever. So I've never been able to do it, but I can kind of just about do like tuck front lever, but not with great form really. But saying that tall people are generally going to find it harder, basically longer legs and stuff, greater force of gravity acting on the body. So this is where it comes down to like relative strength versus absolute strength. Like taller people might be better in terms of absolute strength, but but they might find it more difficult to move their body weight in certain body weight exercises where, unless you're able to use all of your muscles, like for example in sprinting or rowing, you might have an advantage on those things, but on a lot of calisthenic stuff, you're going to struggle because you never see some tall guy doing great with calisthenics. Yeah, they can get good with it, but they're not going to get to like a master level of it because it's just their long limbs and stuff. It's just all disproportionate to like what's advantageous to it. Basically, I'm about 6'4". Every inch you get taller, it gets harder and harder with these things. Like even at say 6 foot versus at being 5'10", for example, or whatever. So let's say 5'10" is the average height. Even a lot of people at 5'10" are going to start to struggle. Even at 6 foot, 6 foot, especially above 6 foot, that's where you're really going to struggle, because your extra height is going to add extra difficulty. So you might have to regress the movements down to more easier versions. Like for example, there's a movement I was trying to do called the what is it called, the flip up, whatever it's called, the kneeling flip, whatever it's called, where you go from kneeling to like being on your like a squat position. You just jump, kneeling jump it's called. It's like a kind of flip thing. I have to do it with the bottom of my toes like touching the floor instead of having my like toenail on the floor, because it's just a little bit easier for me to do it that way. Taller people are probably going to find it harder. Like I said, I never see any like really tall guys tend to do well with this sort of stuff. It's always these short asses who tend to do better with it. Generally better balance, better strength to body weight ratio. You just have to kind of, you're going to have to try harder. It's going to take longer, and it is what it is. Like I said, there's people out there that can do pull-ups straight away, no problem, because their body weight is, more suited to it. But yeah. So anyway, hope you're all well tonight. Where is everybody? Hello, Shaky, how you doing? So just talking about the difficulties of calisthenic stuff for tall people, because some people don't seem to understand that the taller you are, the harder it gets. So we can't be comparing ourselves to anybody else, because like someone might be say 5'6", 5'8", even whatever, and be doing front levers no problem, doing even planche or any crazy moves like that. But then a tall person, they could take twice as long or more to do it. It could take a lot longer for them to get to that level. So yeah, that's the harsh reality of it. But at least I guess you could say, well, you appreciate it more because of the struggle. Whereas if it comes easy, then you don't appreciate it as much. So there is that, I guess. Like when I finally was able to start doing pull-ups properly, I was like, yes, finally. Whereas some people, if they've never had to struggle to get to that point, then they're just going to take it for granted. So you kind of have to take the positive. Every cloud has a silver lining, they say, I suppose. So, where there's struggle, there's a greater payoff, I would say. So it is what it is. Everyone's on their own individual journey. When I first started, I couldn't even properly do a push-up, let alone a pull-up. My push-up form was terrible, and I couldn't even do it with good form. Like, I was just kind of arching my back real bad and just not even using proper range of motion, and it was just awful. So, yeah. So I had to learn that the hard way. Someone was telling me, oh, your push-ups suck, they're not even proper push-ups. And I was like, what? Because I never knew how to do them properly, and I was like, didn't have the strength to do it properly. So I just had to kind of take time to really build it up and stick at it, really. It is what it is, but I can look back and be like, oh wow, I've come a long way from then. I'm doing advanced push-up variations. I'm doing, things like I've just started being able to do archer push-ups and stuff like that. So it's like you have to kind of go back to the beginning of your journey and be like, okay, I've come a long way from then. I've gotten a lot stronger, a lot fitter in general. So, yeah, whenever you're feeling frustrated about that you're not to where you want to be, well, think about where you've come from, because, yeah. Anyway, where the hell is everybody tonight? Yeah. I might have to do something quite drastic to get this channel popping, to be honest with you, but anyway. BDL, what's that? Oh, yeah. Oh, God. Okay. Anyway, so is everybody alright? Hope you've all had a good day. Share this out if you can. Yeah, it just gets a bit frustrating when, sometimes, but you have to just kind of just remember that, it's okay. It's okay if you can't do certain things, it's fine. You just have to kind of stick at it and just be okay that, there's certain things that you're probably going to be better at other people at. Like I said, I could probably beat them at rowing or sprinting or something, but favourite colour, I don't know. I don't really care, to be honest, about colour. I mean, just whatever, blue or red, I don't know. I don't really care. I don't really think about what is my favourite colour, really. Hello, okay. Right, I'm getting rid of these comments now. Yeah. Any nonsense, I ain't got time for that. Nah, I just kind of don't really have a favourite. Yeah. What do you mean, a plateau? I mean everyone hits a plateau. I think there's always ways to improve at anything. Like if you're hitting a plateau in one thing, then focus on something else. Like for example, if your strength is plateauing, then you have to then focus on mobility or something to try and improve on the other areas, or even just other areas in life. So yeah, but there's no reason to stay in a plateau if you haven't maxed out your natural potential. Maybe you just have to find a way to bridge that gap between certain progressions, for example. Hello, HRX. The problem is that sometimes people will try to move on too quickly to something where they haven't quite got past that level. For example, if, they're going from, say, like, a knee push-up to a full push-up, that they might not have built that strength, even if they've built some strength, but that not enough to go from that to that. So maybe a regression would be like negative push-ups, for example, as a way to kind of bridge that gap. Hello, no donor. Okay, I was just getting rid of that. Hello, Jamie Corbett, how you doing? Hope you're well tonight. So it's about bridging that gap of, So like finding ways of, like for example, if you can't do a pull-up, but you're able to do, say, like a jackknife pull-up, but then there's quite a gap between those things, then if you're trying to go from that to doing a pull-up, then you're gonna probably struggle. So maybe doing negative pull-ups or something, or assisted pull-ups or something like that, as a way to bridge the gap. Or it could be about adjusting your form so that learning a technique that's more efficient, so you can break through the plateau, but you shouldn't be staying to a plateau really for very long. It's just, if you're still progressing, then it shouldn't just stop. You should still be getting strength gains. Unless you've overdone it and your nervous system is fucked or something, then you need to take some time off of it and to try and, just recover it all. But there's no reason why you should be having plateaus for very long. I was stuck with pull-ups. I seem to be kind of just a bit of a sticking point, but that might have been just my form and not doing the proper cues and stuff. But then once I learned proper cues with it and stuff, I managed to break through that. So sometimes it's the form that is the limiting factor if there's a lot of instability and things like that, where that could be a limiting factor. I've just about started to be able to do, like, what is it, TRX dips, but not full range of motion though, so hopefully I'll soon be able to do like full range of motion. Maybe I could try rings at some point as well, but that's even harder apparently, so yeah. Anyway, where the hell is everybody? They're getting dead in here. I don't know if it's because I haven't been going live on my usual schedule anymore, but like people have just kind of dropped off the radar or something, I don't know. So I've noticed the last couple of days the lives have hardly been getting views, so I need to do something about this. I want to try and grow my channel, and I need to try and, need to try and sort of, just try and do something about that, because, I want to try and, get this going, get it to where I want it to be, really, but, anyway. But then 5k is nothing if it doesn't mean anything, really. If I've only got hardly anyone watching, the channel's not really growing at all. Like, the views are stagnated. So what's the fucking point of having 5k subs nearly for fuck all people to show up, you know? That's part of the reason I've been a bit kind of struggling with motivation to do it, because I'm like, half the time it's just a bunch of trolls anyway. So even when there is quite a few people watching, most of it's just some stupid comments. I can't even be asked to read it half the time, because I'm like, it takes me so much mental energy to try and get through all these long ass comments that people put. I just can't be asked, But I need to try and actually force myself, because otherwise people are just going to get fed up if I'm not actually like reading every comment or something. I don't know. But I need to probably do more long form stuff, really. But I've been thinking about different ways to promote my channel. How I'm going to do that. Maybe I'll have to pay to do it at some point. I don't know. I'm not sure what the fuck I'm supposed to do, really. Because, I need to do something. Anyway, it is what it is, Because I'm not just going to do this channel just for it to go nowhere. Otherwise, I might as well just give up. Because it's getting to that point where I either just give up entirely with it and forget about it, or I'm about, trying to actually get this big, like, massive, I'm talking. Either way, I don't know. I'll give it a certain amount of time, see what we can do, but I've been thinking of, how I'm going to, going to get this channel big. Maybe I'm just not good enough for it, I don't know. Because it probably would have happened by now. There's people who, they've had a channel for like 6 months and they're already at like 50,000 subs or something, and they're getting like tens of thousands of views on the videos. I don't know. I mean, are you trying to, I don't know if you're being serious or you're just trying to take the piss or something. But I'm trying to like share my journey and trying to inspire people, whatever, but no one seems to give a fuck, hardly. Yeah, I don't know. It's like a lot of it feels. I just don't want to rely on the algorithm anymore. I've been thinking of how I'm going to do it, how I'm going to promote myself, because, I mean, my long form videos, I need to try and do more of that, I think. Try and maybe just be consistent with that. But I'm going to try and go back to the rectangular format again, because I've noticed that the vertical videos, because I would use that for like TikTok or something. But the thing is, people don't really watch long videos hardly on TikTok anyway. Hello Haley, how you doing? I hope you're well. People don't tend to watch long ass videos on TikTok, so there's not much point even having it on there. So I might as well just do the rectangular format for long form content on YouTube, where I just talk about some random topic or something. Yeah. That's what I try and do, but last time I did a trading live, I did one like a few days ago, wasn't it? Something like that. Or the other week, or whenever it were. So I did one at the park, and then I also did one at home. But I don't really do a lot of the trading stuff because I just find that it's... Like, I've seen a lot of people doing these trading lives, and it's like they don't hardly get anyone watching, and even if they do get people watching, they're just not really engaged. Well, I do want to do busking, but I'm just like, it's just not been very good weather at the moment, really. It's just been cold. I don't really want to be doing it in the cold weather. So, yeah. I don't know. Spelt that bad? What you mean? What's spelt bad? What are you saying? What are you talking about? No, I'm not singing right now. I'm not in the mood. I don't know what's going on, but yeah. All I'm going to say is that I need to kind of take matters into my own hands, and yeah. I will find a way to do this. Oh yeah, runner boy. Huh? Runner boy. Oh, I didn't see runner boy. Hang on. What's going on? I don't know. It must not be showing up for me. I don't know what's going on, but I don't see him in the chat. I thought I'd unblocked him or something, but I don't know. I don't see him there, and I don't know if there's anything I can do about that, really. Hello, Gary. How you doing? Hope you're doing well. So I'm gonna have to find some way to kind of, yeah. I thought I would give him like another chance or something, but I don't know. Because Tomo was like saying I should just try and, yeah, unblock him or something. I can't see a running boy chat. What you mean? It's filtered by default. Why is that? Hang on. What's going on here? Hello, Oliver. How you doing? What matters? I'm not really talking about much at the moment. I want to talk about direction of the channel and stuff, and where I see it going and all that. You know, because I'm like, I need to do something, because otherwise I'm like, I might as well just give up, you know? I can't see myself just going live, doing random bullshit for the next several years or whatever. Like, I need some actual, you know, to see some progress with it all, really. But let's go to live chat. Hang on. Wait a second. Let's just go back up the chat a second. See if I can see the runner boy thing. Alright. I don't see runner boy in the chat right now. So what's going on? So is it that I can only see it, that you can see it but I can't see it? I don't know what's going on. Yogi, I don't know. Hello, Venom, Avenge, how you doing? Good to see you. Yeah. Hope you're doing well. Welcome in. Thank you for the likes, everyone. I don't know who's Gary. Yeah, so like, what is going on there? I can see him. You have to click the three dots, scroll down, and click. I've done all messages or whatever, or live. Hang on a second. Live chat. I thought that's what you meant. Live chat. Let's just go back onto the live. I don't know why it's filtering it, but it shouldn't be doing that. YouTube's just a pile of fucking shit. Like, did you see that thing yesterday? There was some fucking, supposedly some kind of, you know, glitch or something happened, and hang on, three dots, and then we go to, where is it? There's community moderation, participants, moderation activities, timestamps, reactions, pop out chat, and send feedback. So it doesn't seem to be, let me take remote access. What the fuck? We go to live chat and it's not, no, it's not in there. So I don't know what's going on really, but in Yogi's live stream, who are you? Who's Gary? What the hell's going on? I don't know what the hell's going on in here. Who are you? I don't even know who you are. The fuck's going on here? I'm gonna have to probably just block you in a sec, because it's just like, who even are you? I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know who Gary is. You know? What is going on? Heinz says hacked. Who's hacked? Oh, what's going on? Is someone just fucking with me or something right now? I don't know what the hell's going on. So I can't see Runner Boy in the chat. I don't know if it's some filter thing that I've put where it's not blocked, but I can't see him. I don't know what's going on. It shouldn't do that though. I don't know what's going on. Anyway. I'm probably just gonna go soon. I really can't be asked. I don't know. I'm not really feeling it tonight. Yeah. I don't even know what to even talk about anyway. I don't really have much else to talk about tonight. He's still here, but why can't I see him? Does anyone know why I can't see him? Like, why can't I see someone in my YT live chat, even though they are easy and happy life? UK, where are you from? Even though they aren't blocked. Let's see what it says. So yeah, so I've unblocked Runner Boy. I don't know if I should have really, but I've just kind of, I don't know, it's just Tomo was like, the other week was saying, oh, you should unblock him, mate. Like, you and Runner Boy, you know, you got this, like, bromance thing going on, ain't you? Like, you two's, like, you two's were, like, buddies, weren't you, mate? Yeah, whatever, forget about it. I can't be asked with, like, yeah. I don't know what's going on. Community moderation. It's called comment moderation filters. Holding comments review. I can't see, but other people can see it. What is going on? Yeah, class lad, mate, innit? Top chat filters or shadow banned by the creator / moderator. Other people can see them because the chat is likely filtered for you, not globally. Switching to live chat, but I've already done that. Hidden users list. I'm sure I got rid of, unless they let me go into hidden users list or something, but if I go into that. Yeah, mate, Tomo. I don't know. Tom. Oh yeah, I've seen some Family Guy stuff. Yeah, what do you mean? Who am I? Hello, All Thing UK 1. So how you doing anyway, Venom? I don't know, it's just that thing earlier just stressed me out with the, trying to do the cross-legged squat and I couldn't do it. I tried many times to do it and I couldn't do it. Hopefully one day I'll be able to do it. With practice, you know. it's so awkward. I can get myself up off the ground with, like, but it's like I can't do it with cross-legged though. That's the tricky one. What you mean life's gone to shit in like what way? I mean, it's always been shit though in a way if you're, like not part of the 1%, I guess. What you say, not for you. What you mean? I mean, it's always been like people going about inflation, but there's always been inflation. There's always been like people talk about prices going up, but like people used to not get paid so much as well. So it's just one of those things. I don't know. It's just one of those things that people try and, I don't know, it's like, I'm just like skeptical because you get all these narratives of like, cost of living crisis and all that, but it's like, is it really any worse than it ever has been? There seems to be a period around like after 2020 where things were bad, but it seems to have kind of like calmed down a bit, I don't know. On some products, they're better value for money now than they were. Like, for example, like a computer. I remember a computer used to be like over £1,000 in some cases for an old piece of shit. But look at it now, you get a computer for like a few £100 with like good specs on it. So there is some things that have gotten better value for money. Swings and roundabouts, really, innit? But everyone's got their own experiences of it, so community moderation. So there's like moderators and stuff. Anyway, so is Runner Boy in the list? Just check. See if I can find it. I have to go through all of the friggin' hidden users, or just loads of them. £25 for a microwave, yeah. So there is a lot of things that are cheaper than they were. So there is some positives nowadays, like for example, people can make money online a lot easier now. Like there's ways of like starting businesses in ways that you could never have done before to make more money more easily. Like a lot of people are being able to do things remotely, which cuts a lot of costs down of like having to have things in a physical location. So we have to try and look at the positives, The things haven't necessarily gone worse across the board. But there's this narrative of, England's fallen, whatever. And yeah, in some ways it's gotten worse, but... Hello, Ria. I'm from England. Yeah, so there's like some positives that have happened, like I said. Yeah, I can't see Run It Boy in there. I don't think it's in my hidden use list. It's a bit shit because you'd think you'd be able to have some way of finding somebody in your blocked users list, like by typing them in, but you can't even do that, for fuck's sake. They won't even let you do that, so yeah. Like I don't know, it's whatever. It's just tough, innit? If you can't, if I can't see him, it's just tough. I did try and unblock him, but I can't see him. So if he wants to like talk to me, then he'd have to like tell somebody else to kind of, to do it on my behalf. Otherwise, I'd have to. The only other option is to like go in incognito or something. Signed out basically, so I can see his comments. That would be the other way to do it. Anyway, yeah, there it is. What it is really. Right, I don't know what's going on, but I think I'm just going to go off for a bit, guys. I'll see you all later.